Hello everybody, this is Valencia and welcome to my channel Balloons and Business, where I show you the business of balloon and event decor. So this 4th of July weekend I had a gig in San Diego and I want to show you how I made this arrangement. I also made a custom cube backdrop stand for this event and I do have a video for that, and I posted the link to that video in the description box below. So if you want to see how I made this arrangement, just stay tuned. So the colors I used were Tough Tex Metallic Forest Green, Tough Tex Black, and Calisan Mirror Chrome Silver. So I'm blowing my balloons up 2 at a time of similar size, and I'm tying them together into dupes. Now what I want to do is round the balloons out, so I'm pressing them down against the surface and releasing air from the top. And it makes the balloons look more round. This is also an important step because my event is outside, and when the balloons are outside, heat causes the latex from the balloons to expand. So if you overinflate the balloons, you give no room for the balloons to expand and they're more likely to pop. Now these metallic green balloons were a little tricky to tie together because they seem to be made out of a thicker latex than the other balloons. So I'm using the 260 method to create the base of this balloon garland, and I'm just tying a bunch of 260 balloons together in one long string. Now I'm twisting my dupes into quads before I tie them together with the 260 string. So you want to double tie your string into the first quad, lay it down flat on the surface, and then put another quad on top. Then you just take the 260 balloon and you go over the top quad and under the bottom, over the top and under the bottom, and then tug for security. And I'm going to show you from a different angle. See, I'm going over that top quad, under the bottom, over the top and under the bottom like a figure 8 motion, and I'm tugging for security. And this is how I made the base to this balloon garland. When you run out of 260 balloons, you just add some more by tying them to the existing 260 string and just keep it going till you get all the way to the end. And make sure as you're wrapping that 260 around the balloons, you're tugging to make sure that the balloon garland is nice and tight. Now when you're done with the base of the balloon garland, you just tie the 260 into itself. So this is the base of my balloon garland, and I wanted to make sure that the base of my balloon garland was already thick because the overall look was going to be very full. So I started off using mostly 17-inch balloons for this base. I did add a few 12-inch balloons, as you can see with those black balloons, but I used mostly 17-inch balloons for this base. So far right here I have 4 quads of the green, 4 quads of black, 3 quads of green, and 5 quads of black right there. And so this came out to a total of 64 balloons for the base. I also will be adding an extra 4 quads of green balloons, which comes out to 80 balloons for the base. Now I will be adding clusters of silver later on. So I'm just showing you how I made my clusters of the chrome silver. I just twisted 8 dupes of balloons, which is 16 total, into clusters, and I'll be adding those later when I get on site. So here's my custom made cube backdrop. And again, if you want to see how I made that, just check the description box below and you'll see a link there for the video. And so I'm adding that extra cluster of green balloons to the balloon garland base with a 260 balloon. I got a little startled right there because the marquee number fell. So I'm going to attach this balloon garland to this backdrop frame using a 260 balloon, and I'm going to attach it at several points on this frame. Now normally I make the base of my balloon garland by twisting the dupes of the balloons together into clusters like how I did with the chrome silver balloons. And then I'll just take one neck from one balloon in one cluster and one neck from another balloon in another cluster, and then I'll tie the necks of the balloons together. And that's how I connect my balloon garland base. And I like doing that because not only does it make the balloon garland base very sturdy, but you use less material. I already used a lot of 260 balloons just to make the base of this garland, and now I'm using 260s to connect the clusters onto the base. So basically, instead of making a traditional balloon garland, I'm kind of making a semi balloon wall. And I'm just filling up the space in this cubed backdrop stand by tying in small clusters of balloons. And I'm making sure to use a lot of 17-inch balloons. I'm using some 36 and some 24-inch balloons so I can fill in the space much quicker without using so many balloons. However, I'm also adding in some clusters of 12-inch balloons for visual interest. Adding different sizes of balloons definitely adds to the complexity and visual interest of the balloon garland. Now, because I had to blow up so many more balloons on site, this actually took longer than I predicted. It took about 2.5 hours, and I was hoping to get this done in 2 hours. So make sure you give yourself enough time when doing something like this. I was only able to fit so many balloons in my Toyota Sienna. It's pretty spacious. I can fit a lot of balloons in there, but I still had to blow up a lot more balloons in order to fill this thing out. And now I'm adding some silver and black orb balloons. I'm adding some silver and black starburst balloons using 260s. And then I'm adding my 5-inch clusters, which I twisted together to make like those mini, pearl clusters that I call them. And I'm adding them with rubber bands because I just felt like I was using too many 260 balloons. And again, this is why I prefer to use my twist and tie method for making my balloon garland base, because you use less material. So I'm going to eventually place the 3 and the 0 marquee number together at the right corner of this arrangement. So that's why I'm not paying as much attention to filling out that bottom right corner with balloons, because it's going to be covered by the marquee number. Now for this black orb balloon, I added that happy birthday with vinyl using my Cricut machine. In hindsight, I wish I would have added some more chrome silver balloons to that top left corner. I feel like I didn't add enough silver to this garland. So now I'm using some high shine to restore the shininess to the balloons because they oxidize outside. And as I'm rubbing these balloons down, the balloon garland starts to become misshaped. So I'm going to have to kind of rearrange it a little bit. You want to be careful when you are applying this high shine that you're not too aggressive with the balloons, because then it will mess with the arrangement. Honestly, I should have brought my spray bottle and it would have been a whole lot quicker and easier to apply the high shine without messing with the arrangement. But as you can see, I'm rearranging it a little bit. And in the process, I end up moving that silver orb balloon on the left closer to the center, which I felt was too close to the other silver orb balloon. I wish I would have switched the positions of that black happy birthday balloon with the silver orb balloon on the left. I think it would have looked more evenly distributed and would have made for a better look. So here is the finished product. Again, there's a few things that I would change. I would have added some more chrome silver to that top left side, and I would have switched the positioning of the black and silver orb balloons on the left as well. However, I was pleased with the overall look, and the client absolutely loved the balloon arrangement. So if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, go ahead on and like it, and please subscribe, and you'll get notifications on future videos on balloon and event decor. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.